Hello, welcome back to the Earth, Sea, Love podcast. And today, going forward for our next season, is it season 4 or season 5? Please help me. We're shaking things up. We're doing things a little bit differently. And this episode is giving you a little taster, a little tantalizing treat, I think. So how we're changing it up? Well, the Earth, Sea, Love podcast is going onto YouTube as well, because we do the recording. Usually we do the recording via Zoom. So for every episode that we've done so far, and I think we're in the 60s, we have the audio. We also have the visual. But it was never part of the deal, never part of the conversation or the invitation when we reached out to our guests that, oh yes, it's going to be on the podcast and we're going to release the image as well of us chatting. It was never part of the remit, and I'm so glad, because there's sometimes that I'm turned up to these podcast recordings and I'm still in my dressing gown, my hair is skew with, and yeah. But things are changing. I'm not promising that I'll turn up all put together, because that would be such a lie and a construct. But I might make more of an effort. We'll see. Hello, good morning. I hope you are all well. Today is the first bit of snow of this winter 2023, and this is the Earth, Sea, Love podcast. So, I am out walking. Yes, I'm walking along by the coast, and this is me making a demo for the next series of the Earth, Sea, Love podcast, where we are hopefully going to be coming to you through your ears, but also your eyes. Let's see if we can bring the Earth, Sea, Love podcast to YouTube. Hello, welcome. So, at the beginning of 2023, I made the promise to try and release an episode of the podcast every month. I'm not sure if I succeeded in or not, but this one is going to be coming out in December, and this one is going to be the last one for the year, and it's going to be in this new format. We're going to have the visual, the audio, YouTube, all your usual downloads for your podcast, iTunes, Spotify, Google, etc. And yeah, we're going to be coming in all our multicolored glory, and I hope that you keep tuning in, and I hope you tell your friends and family to get watching, get listening, because the Earth, Sea, Love is for everyone who is wanting to foster that closer relationship with nature. So, I made the decision to come out walking before I saw the weather outside, that it had been snowing overnight and that it was still snowing and that it was lying. Because I'd made that commitment to myself to get out today, to get walking, to give myself this time and space to be. That's it, to just be outside, to be with the sea, as she is my medicine. And really, it shouldn't take such an effort to get out or to gift myself this time and space to be, but sometimes it does. And when I do get out, when I do get in the sea, I was in yesterday, it's that reminder. It reminds me why life is so good, why life is so precious, why life can be joyous, can be filled with pleasure if you just allow yourself these moments, these precious moments of being present. So that's what I've been doing this morning, and I will continue. So I came out this morning on my walk in the cold, in the snow, gift to self, and I didn't plan on recording this or making anything now. This is just something that I'm doing in the moment to mark this and to remind myself, but then also to share this. It's also what I usually do. You know, I have these experiences, and this is, for me, another way of knowing. Stuff all your knowledge, stuff all your theory, or experts is like, this is how I find out about things or know things. Another way of knowing is that embodied experience. And this is me, my body outside near the sea. We're raining or snowing or sleety now. And this is me sharing this experience as a reminder to me to get out and do what I love. But then also a reminder, or maybe a placeholder for you. If you know that you haven't been getting outside, that you haven't been getting your fresh air, or you haven't been moving your body, or you haven't been allowing yourself these moments, these gifts of time and space to just be, then do it now, man. Go now. Stop, go now. So, I've just come back from a week away on retreat in the Highlands, in the Glencoe region, and that was simple. Take myself away, retreat, retract, contract, get into myself so I can fill up my own pot, so I can turn up as a better version of myself for others. And something clicked during that time away, that now that I'm back in my day-to-day, mothering, project coordinating, writing, supporting, mentoring, all that jazz, I am just so full of my own oneness, my own aliveness. It was good to rest and retreat. And it's also the good come back and to be full of joy for this life that I've got, that I've created. And it's like moments like these when I stop and be present that I can really appreciate it and have so much gratitude for the abundance that this life is giving me. Okay, I'm back. We just had a little bit of a downpour. Rain, snow, sleet. Yeah, that's what you call it, sleet. And as I was saying, didn't plan on coming on here. There is no agenda. As you can see, I'm on the beach now. I'm on the beach. But yeah, I came on here. There's no agenda. I'm not trying to sell you anything. And I'm not trying to make Earthly Love podcast mega famous either. You know, all I'm doing is sharing, and that's what I do. But I don't know, I think this is a love letter. This is a love letter to the sea, a love letter to nature, but more also a love letter to me. You know, feeling myself in so many different ways and sharing that, and that it's okay. It's okay to be in this space. It's okay to be. Yeah, and that's where, you know, I'm saying now selling, now no agenda. It's just being. And the more time and the more opportunities that we can foster, develop, support, cheerlead, that is moments of just being, then I am for it. Woohoo! Yep. 10 out of 10. So as you can see, I am being here on the beach. It is bitter cold, but it is so beautiful. the light this morning is so, it's a gift. Yeah, man, it's a gift. And I'm so happy to be able to share this with you. And no doubt in this year to come, there'll be moments when I'm not feeling myself, when I'm not wanting to share, when I'm not in a good place, and that's okay. It's okay to feel all the feels. Yeah. So I'm not scientific minded. Or logical, maybe. Anyhow, I've been thinking recently about systems. We all are operating within a system, but there's also individual systems that we operate by. And I've been of the belief and thinking recently that my system hasn't been working and I don't want to say efficiently as it should, because then that all feeds into the productivity thing and moves away from the being. But my system hasn't been working in a way that is of benefit, let's say benefit to my whole way of being, existing. Put some doing in there and all that jazz. So that time away got me thinking about my system and how I wanted to think if things are not working in my system, then it's getting rid of. If it's broken, if it's detrimental to my way of being, then it's gone, it's cut. And then that leaves in gaps where I can bring in new practices, new rituals that are supporting my system. And that system is not just my body, but it's my mind, my soul, my spirit, my heart. Yeah. So that's where I am at the moment, and what I'm finding, it's not like rocket science. It's not nothing major. I found that meditating first thing in the morning, last thing at night is beneficial to my system. Oh, who would have thunk it? I know, simples. But we do deny ourselves, or we do put ourselves in the way of having a beneficial system that makes us feel good, makes us joyous more times than not. So yeah, meditation. Of course, my journaling. That has been really something that I've been really leaning into recently when I've been having these feelings or emotions or reactions that are coming up, and instead of rushing for the remote control or stuffing my face or drinking some alcohol, I've reached for my journal and pen and written it out. So what is it that I'm trying to block out? What is it that I don't want to face? What is it that I'm numbing out? And I've been gentle with myself in the process, but I'm really proud of myself. Yeah, I'm saying it. I'm really proud of myself that instead of hating on myself a little bit more, I'm offering myself some compassion, some grace, and some love. Remember, love letter to me, as well as the sea, as well as nature. So that, things like that are supporting my system, are beneficial for my system, that help me move through this world a better version of me, then yay! I'm going to continue doing that, being that. I was recently in Bilbao with my dear friend Sarah and her son Cougar, and we were walking every day, taking in the scenery, going to museums and art galleries, eating and drinking. It was good. And then one day we were out walking, and I think it might have been going up a hill, and they started walking backwards, man. And they were saying, sometimes if you're having a pain or an ailment in a muscle in your legs or in your back, if you changed your direction and started walking backwards, then you're giving those aching muscles rest, but then you're also engaging other muscles that you might not be using, strengthening them, and working in a good way for your body. So I am walking backwards now, if you haven't twigged, but I'm doing it also not just to give my feet, I have a certain fracture in a foot, aggravates me sometimes, but apart from that, it's to change my perspective in a way, to change the way that I'm looking out, gazing upon the world, and I'm all for doing that more often. So like at this moment, the sun's in my face. And we nearly dropped you. Gosh, who would have thought walking backwards at such a slow pace can be difficult because we're not used to it. Oh my gosh, yeah. But I'm thinking with practice, I might get used to it. But then again, do I want to get used to it? That change of perspective, because I love changing things up, man. Changing things up are good for your soul, good for your way of operating, good for the system. Because there was a stone. Because I'm going to stop. Because that's what nature is, isn't it? Nature is constantly changing. That is the only constant. Change. We change and we resist change. And sometimes in the past I've used changing woman, #changing woman, and not really embraced it or lent into it, or actually most of the time fighting change, resisting change, and making it so much more difficult. I'm going to turn around, and now I'm realizing it's good for the system. It's good for the system to change things up, to change perspective, to give those glasses a clean, and to see things differently. Because that leads on to how you can be different in a good way, and maybe not in a good way as well, but embracing, being more akin with nature. See what I've done there? Change the perspective.